Hello, here we have venom extractions from Brazilian lancehead vipers. These are Bothrops moojeni, or some people say moojeni. And I'm going to talk through some of this, but not all of it, just because there's quite a few of these. I'll point out maybe if there's a few interesting things. But all of these snakes will be the same kind in this video. Bothrops are known for being fairly wiry and quick to react. And you can see here Jim is attempting to get the snake to back up so that he can get the pin safely. Eventually the snake does, but not right then. You'll probably notice throughout this video that these guys have pretty good sized fangs. They are, of course, pit vipers, so those big fangs fold back in the roof of the mouth. You probably will also notice that these snakes are pretty happy to bite onto the funnel. They do get scared relatively quickly, and so they're typically pretty eager to bite. And some of them can have a pretty decent sized venom yield. They're not record breaking or anything, but it is moderate. That twisting behavior there is one of the more difficult things to deal with when snakes do that. Sometimes we use tubes when snakes are prone to twisting. These guys are not horrible about it, so Jim is not currently tubing them. But that is a behavior you really have to be careful of. Here, Jim has released the snake back onto the little table there just because of the location of that snake's home. It's not very easy to set them directly back in there. You also may notice that he's using a longer hook for many of them to take them out of their enclosures, but then a shorter hook with which to pin the snake. And the reason for that is he has to be close enough to get his hand to it in order to actually pick it up. So he needs the shorter hook while doing that part of it. But these snakes do have a very long striking ability, and so in order to get them out of their homes, it's safer to have that longer hook, or to use two hooks. But you can see here's the longer one that he's getting the snake out with, and then he'll set that one down and use the shorter one in order to pin. The snakes in this video were all born here or at another zoo. None of these were captured in the wild. And quite a few of these, like this one here, this is a large female, they've been with us for about 13 years, I think, something like that. So they're getting a little bit older now, but they're all still doing really well. Here is the typical release that Jim does, though I realize you couldn't really see his hand there, but if he can, he prefers to release them directly back into their home just because they're going to be a little reactive and scared at that moment, so that gives them kind of a place to go right away, whereas if he releases them back on the little table there, then they may be reactive and jump off or get more upset. That one gave a pretty good amount. This is another larger female. The females do get bigger in this entire genus. This snake here turns. If you see that, and here it turns again. And so that was actually, Jim did see that happening before he got his hand too close, but that was a little bit of an iffy moment there. And you can see this snake's biting everything. And here is the venom that snake left behind in the mat.